Good afternoon from beautiful Miami. My name is Maryam Isa Al Ali Zastipel. I put God first. This is my story, and I have a purpose. I help others embrace their authentic self to serve a bigger purpose. Everything I do in my life, from the minute I wake up in the morning to the minute I go to sleep at night, is a service of something bigger than who I am.
Yes, and my name is Alexander Zaspel. My purpose is to bring out the strength in others so they can take full control of their life and gain all rights to their existence.
And we come to you guys as a Clear and Conquer Live every single Tuesday. That's 12 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Dubai time. Powered by Purple Circle, our friend Wi-Fi takes care of us every single Tuesday whenever we come live here. So the idea of Clear and Conquer, we bring out to you a topic that is going to be beneficial for your life and for your business. And today is kind of a little bit of a special. For you guys who've been following us on social media, we've been doing a lot of different events last week. Some of them we have hosted ourselves. Some of them we were part of. We kicked off last week strong with our speaking masterclass. And then we went to the 10X certification coaching. So we became Cardone certified coaches. And also later on that week, we went to the 10X Business Bootcamp. Now, what we're going to be sharing with you guys are 5 of our main takeaways. Like we had like tons of them. It was very hard to select the top ones, but the idea is that we got the ones that we felt it's going to be beneficial for you, whether you have a business or not. Maybe you need this in a relationship, in your business, in your career, in your health. We don't know how this is going to be hitting for you. So set your intention and let's go ahead and kick off with that, Alex.
Yes, let's do it. And by the way, for those of you that are not for new to the channel, we go live every single Tuesday on Clear and Conquer Live at noon Eastern and 8 p.m. UAE time. I just want to let you know about that. So mark your calendars every week because we want to bring you information that is immediately going to change your life. And with that being said, I want to get straight to the point here. This was the 10X Business Bootcamp with Grant Cardone. It was our 7th 10X Business Bootcamp in the last couple of years. And the reason why we keep on doing it is because we're going to share it with you, but we always learn something that is going to help us grow and expand. So the very first thing that I learned, and that we have been doing is having an opinion, okay? You need to have an opinion. Have an opinion about everything. If you don't have an opinion, you're not putting your stake in the ground. And most likely the reason why you wouldn't have an opinion is because you're afraid. You have a fear of what someone else is going to think. They're going to judge you. They're going to tell their friends about you. They're going to do all of these bad things, right? And in reality, those people shouldn't be your friends if they're your friends in the first place. And those people, if they're not your friends, have nothing to do with you, right? You are your authentic self. And you really need to embrace it, which is what Maryam's purpose is all about, helping others embrace their authentic self to serve a bigger purpose. Everything that she does in her life from the minute that she wakes up in the morning to the minute she goes to sleep at night is a service of something bigger than who she is. And with that being said, Maryam has stated her opinion. Now, when you don't state your opinion, people are not going to know who you are because you're always trying to be someone else. And I remember when I used to do this, I used to always try to be someone who I am not, because I used to think higher of them than I did myself. Okay. And that is not cool. Like, you should think highly of yourself. You should feel like you deserve and you are worthy of everything that you want to desire and achieve. Right. And what I learned at that boot camp is Grant Cardone. I knew this, but I'm like, oh, I need to even lean into this harder in stating my opinion. So you have to pick a side, okay? Like, you do have to pick a side, because if everybody's uncertain, you're not going to have the haters on one side and the people that support you on the other, okay? Like, you just have to have an opinion about things. And I would love to know what your opinion is about this.
My opinion about having an opinion?
Yeah.
So for me, like, I remember even Jared literally asked the question. He said, how many of you guys actually are willing to just go ahead and state your opinion? And I remember just me and Alex shoot our hands like that. Yeah, because you need to have an opinion. If you don't have an opinion, you're going to fall for everybody else's opinion. And you'll not have your own authentic self coming into fruition. We are sometimes scared. Oh my God, do I have to? What if I'm like this? I don't want to cause trouble. Grant said, if I get half, was it Grant or Trump? One of them. I think Grant. If I get half of the population to hate me, I will get half of the population to like me. That's half. That's 50%. That's a lot of people.
It's 4 billion people on each side.
4 billion people, right? So, and here's the thing, guys. Like, I have an opinion. I stated my opinion. I talk about my opinion. I share my opinion. Get me in trouble, but I still do that. But as many people like the fact that I share an opinion. So you need to have an opinion. What's your opinion about, let's say, what's your opinion about my mug here? Oh, I like it. I don't like it. Good, you have an opinion. Well done, congratulations. Oh no, Miriam, I think it looks amazing. But then behind me, oh my God, what a stupid mug. So you don't really clearly state your opinion. When you don't really clearly state your opinion, you have a problem. And the problem is that you are not very honest with yourself. And when you're not honest with yourself, you don't really cast your honest opinion, you know? And sometimes you worry about hurting people. By the way, if your intention is not to harm people, that's your intention. But if someone else perceives you like you are hurting them, that's on them, not on you. As long as you know what is your intention and how it's coming across. So definitely having an opinion. If I didn't have an opinion, guys, I wouldn't be married to Alex. Many people told me culturally, oh my God, he's younger than you. You know, he's from a different culture than you. How are you going to be, you know, negotiating and talking to him? What if you guys get married and get a divorce? What's going on? Right? But then again, people were casting their opinion on me, right? But I had an opinion. If I didn't have an opinion on how successful this will be and that I am with the right person, I wouldn't be here with you guys today talking about it. So sometimes not only just having the opinion, is executing on that opinion too. You know, if I have an opinion that I shouldn't be around the wrong people, okay, good. Then don't say, oh my God, I shouldn't be around the wrong people, but then you are still hanging around with them. So definitely.
Yeah, 100%. I love what Tanya just said here too. By the way, shout out to Tanya. She's finding her definite purpose.
Let's go
this weekend.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm excited for you.
Yes, and by the way, when that happens, we're going to talk about that actually. But so she said, if you don't stand for something, you stand for nothing. Right? And a lot of you don't know what to stand for because you were told so many false ideas. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. But you were told all of these things and you never have your own opinion. You just have the opinion of everybody else. So you stand for nothing. Because it's a whole bunch of mixture of all these different opinions. Why don't you go figure things out for yourself? Why don't you go figure out the truth? Right? Go look into it, because the people tell you not to, because, you know, there's probably a reason why they tell you not to look at it, right? You should go look, you should go be curious. Once I started becoming curious, I started to figure out more and more of who I really was, right? Because I wanted to figure out, hey, I was told to save all of my money, right? Put money into a retirement account, work for 30 years and go to college. And I saw a lot of people that it wasn't working out very well for them. In fact, most of people. And I'm like, let me go figure this out. Like, I want to go find something or someone that can actually help me with this. And then I found Grant Cardone, right? I found Grant Cardone and he started helping me with my money mindset. And now we get to help you and everybody else, since we're 10X certified coaches, help get your money right.
Let's go.
Right? And you might be like, oh, well, money doesn't really matter. Yeah, until the economy tanks like it is right now and you're scared out of your mind right now. You shouldn't be scared right now. You should be really confident in executing on all of the opportunities that are happening right now. Okay? So I had all these random opinions and I wasn't really sure what to do. And I ended up nowhere extremely fast. That's what happens, because I wasn't being myself. Right. And when I wasn't being myself, I got myself into a lot of trouble because, you know, I am not depressed. That's not who I am. I am not broken. That's not who I am. I am not burnout. Like, I don't burn out. I'm not a candle. Okay. I am not those things. I'm not a candle. I'm not nothing. I am something.
100%.
Right. And I am a massive person that is helping this planet in a really big way. Okay, and you just have to realize who you are. And Tanya finding her purpose, she gets to find out even more of who she is
100%.
and how she can use all of those things that she is to expand her business, expand herself, her family, and her community, and therefore the planet.
Let's go. Actually, one more thing I would like to add into opinion. Look, Alex said, you used a very important word. Look. Did you really look into it? Did you really have a look at it? You know, I remember coming here to the US for the first time back in 2008, and people told me, don't go to the US, they don't like Arabs. I'm like, let me go look. You know, let me go look. We were told so many false data, but did we actually look? Every time there is some kind of a controversy about something, I go look.
Yeah.
What's there? Why are they hating on this thing or that idea? Go look. Look and find out for yourself. That's how you go ahead, make sure that you are casting your opinion.
100%.
Shall we go to number 2?
Go ahead, yes.
So
absolutely.
So the first one, if you guys are tuning in, our first main takeaway from the 10x Business Bootcamp was you need to have an opinion. Number 2, things happen very fast when you are crystal clear about your intentions.
Miriam, hold on. Lay down. If you're standing up, lie down on the floor because we don't want you to fall.
100%. I'm gonna tell you, things happen very fast when you are crystal clear about your intention. Fast, you know. So many of us, we take our time to make a decision. We think, oh my God, I don't have to make a decision in 2022. I'm gonna make a decision in 2023. So what you do here, you are not crystal clear about your intentions. And when you are not crystal clear about your intentions, things happen very slow. You'll be like, why am I not getting this promotion? Why am I not starting my business? Why am I not losing weight? Because you're not crystal clear about your intention. I promise you, the minute you become crystal clear about what you want, things happen fast for you. For me, if I'm going to share, like for me, I see it happening for me. When I was crystal clear about my PhD, I knew exactly when to start. When I was crystal clear about this marriage, it happened like this. People are like, oh, exactly, right? When I was crystal clear about my business, I opened it within a month. People, it takes them like a year or 2 years to open a business. Why? Because they're not crystal clear about their intentions. They don't even know why they're starting that business for. So things happen to you very quickly when you are clear about your intentions.
100%. And when you're not clear about your intentions, you go off in all directions. How many of you have heard of the shiny object syndrome? Right? Every shiny object, every opportunity, everything, you might have a friend or maybe it's you that they go after that opportunity, that one. An example is Bitcoin, the stock market, starting a landscaping business, starting a coaching business, starting a beauty salon. Like none of those go together. Maybe the coaching could go along with those, but not all the other ones, right? And people go after all these shiny objects and they never focus on the main thing. I don't know if you guys have heard of Alex Hormozi, but I want to give him a shout out because he talks about this.
We love you, Hormozi.
Yes. Just pick one lane and go after that one lane, right? Just go hard on that one thing. And it's having a crystal clear intention about where you're going. Because when you don't, you like what Tanya said, actually, when you don't stand for something, you stand for, what is it?
When you don't stand for something, you fall for anything.
Yeah, that's what that used to fall for anything. Okay, so you have to, that actually goes along with number 1 a little bit. Having an opinion, stating your ground, putting a stake in the ground. This is my intention. I know when, like earlier this year, we had targets of hitting $76,000 in revenue targets. Our intention is to hit $76,000 in revenue. Okay, and that right there was our crystal clear intention. And then we created a plan on how we are going to do that. A week. Sorry, yes, a week.
I'm like, what is this cute?
Did I say a month?
You didn't state the time.
Sorry, that's my fault.
76,000 a week.
I take full responsibility for that, Miriam.
Yeah, good. I'm just saying.
Total responsibility.
I know the numbers came here.
Yeah, so $76,000 a week. So that week, every single week, we still do this, right? But every single week, we go after an intention, a hardcore intention. Now they're $250,000 a week, right? That's what the intention is. And we have high intentions, okay? And the reason why we do that is because we refuse to set targets so low that are not motivating, not exciting, not really going to get us to expand our company so we can help more people, right? We had a crystal clear intention on what the target is going to be. And then Miriam and myself, we're going to be like, hey, what can we do to achieve this target, right? What can we do? Because sometimes you're going to set a target. Maybe, for example, maybe right now you're doing $10,000 a month, right? Or a week. Let's say you're doing $10,000 a week and you set a 10x goal of $100,000 in that week. And you're like, I've never done that before, But when you set a really big goal for yourself, when you set a really big target, you are going to come down to solutions. You're going to find solutions, but you have to have a crystal clear intention without any reservation. Okay, I'm going to add that part because you have to have full confidence that you can possibly achieve it, right? And maybe you're going to find out, hey, I've been going for a whole bunch of people that don't even want to do business with me in the first place. I am going to go with people that want to and that really need my help and actually want my help, right? You're just going to start figuring out new things. You're going to figure out different solutions, okay? And you're going to figure out how to solve these problems, but you have to have an intention without a reservation. That's the key. 100%. If you are reserved about it, that means you don't have confidence in it, which means you're probably going to burn out or whatever things that people tell you, right? So having crystal clear intentions about everything, I'm not talking just money, I'm talking about everything, is absolutely crucial. And one thing before I hand it off to Miriam, John Maxwell talks about if you don't have intentions, I believe if you don't have intentions, you don't have a clear path, so you're going to have confusion. Or something like that. What does he say about intention? An intentional growth plan. Oh, yeah. An intentional growth plan is what he talks about. He's good. Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, without intentions, guys, you are literally, it's like you are throwing a ball, but you don't know where you're throwing it at. You're just saying, oh, I'm going to do this random motion. Nothing comes with random motion. Random motion gives you random results. You know, and for some of you guys will say, oh my God, you know what? I want to make a lot of money this week. Great. Yeah. What is a lot of money? No, you know, Mariam, a lot of money. Oh yeah, tell me, what is a lot of money? I don't like you. You are being so pushy. I'm asking you a question. Why can't you answer that question? 100K. Good. That's your intention. What's the plan? Now you come up with the plan. Like, for example, when we started this earlier this year, I said, why it's 76,000 a week, our target? Because there is a plan, there is an action plan backing up that number. And that action is actually get us it attracts the opportunity to us. But because you are crystal clear about it, without having a clear intention, I'm telling you guys, you're going to be throwing balls all around thinking, oh, one of them maybe it's gonna help. In Arabic, there is a saying, oh, ramyatun min ghayri rami. Oh, someone threw a ball, but we don't know who threw the ball, so they kind of got it. So it's coincident. If you don't do something with intentionality, you're gonna get a success, but you didn't know how to do that success again. So every time, that's why we talk about repeating successful actions. When you have something going for you, right? Look and reflect and see, how did I hit that target that week? What did we do that week to hit that target? I remember the first time we overhit that target, it'll be like, what did we do there? Let's increase it. I don't want 76,000 anymore. You know, yeah. It's just because here you have a crystal clear intention on where you're headed.
And to Miriam's point there, what a lot of you do, instead of doing the successful action, you go try something else. You don't repeat the successful action. Like something was working there and you go off to something else. This is what the shiny object syndrome. By the way, I had the shiny object syndrome. I was doing all these different things. But once I started getting focused, right, on our business, like laser focused on our business, right? Because when I get laser focused on our business, I know what the end result is going to be because I have the right plan in place. And if I were to go over to the stock market, which everybody has a ton of fear with, everybody is getting demolished right now. I heard a ton of people at the boot camp talking about it and how mad they were about it. And I'm just like, yeah, right. That is a distraction right there. That's a big shiny object distraction because a whole bunch of people are making a lot of money. But here's what happens. If you're not crystal clear, you're going to have confusion. And as one of our mentors, Brandon Dawson, says, where there is confusion, there is failure. So if you don't have a clear articulated plan, you don't have a clear articulated intention, intention, you are going to have confusion. And where there is confusion, there is failure. Okay. So you have to sit down and figure out exactly what is your intention. A lot of you haven't even started off by the money target, right? If you're making 10,000, make it a target to hit 20,000 the next month. You can do the 10x goal, like make it $100,000. But start figuring out how you're going to do that if you're going to do that. When I first was starting out, my confidence came from actually not 10xing my income at first. It came from realizing that I have control over my money and going from 10,000 to 12,000, 12,000 to 15,000, 15,000 to 18,000. is incremental growth.
Yes.
Right? Now, I am not saying sell yourself short or anything like that, but go out and prove to yourself that you have control over your money first.
100%. Let's
right?
go.
Because otherwise you're going to be very frustrated if you're setting these, you're going to make $1 million this year and then you have never done it, and right now you're making 50,000. Like, go and do that, but you have to have a clear intention and articulated plan on how you're going to do it as well.
Let's go. Love that, William. He said, and when there is emotion, there is no understanding. Brandon Dawson.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. So would you like to go to the third one?
Yes,
Alex?
absolutely. I would love to. So the third thing that we're watching and what we learned at the 10X Business Bootcamp is talk in terms of what is possible. Now, I was a master of doing the opposite of this, and I would always talk about all the things that are going wrong in our business. I would always talk about all the things that aren't happening, all of the things like the doom and gloom. Okay, start talking about what is possible, where you are going, where you are headed. Okay, if you have employees, you can put yes in the chat if you have employees. Okay, if you have employees, do you think they're going to be very motivated if you're talking about all the things that are going wrong in the business instead of where the business is headed? Probably not, right? They're not going to be very motivated. Right. So if you don't have employees, what makes you think that it's okay to promote that to yourself? Right? What makes you think it's okay to promote all the bad things that are happening? I got sick last week. That Hurricane Ian happened last week. All these things. Like some people they stay stuck, and some people have a chronic illness. And I'm not talking about an actual illness. I'm talking about their mind. They have a chronic illness in their mind, and chronic means long term. They've had this illness, whether it's money mindset, whether it's a belief in themselves, whether it's confidence in themselves, whether it's the ability to go out and talk to other people. Yeah. Whether it's actually knowing your purpose. Maybe you have a chronic illness about not knowing your purpose right now. Right?
Ouch. Wow.
So talking in terms of what is happening. I can't keep on going to Miriam and be like, Miriam, like this customer kept on, asking for a refund. They were really mad that it wasn't working out, or our employee isn't really happy about what's happening. I have to go handle that and talk about to Miriam what is happening, where we are going, where we are headed. Because if I keep on promoting to the universe, the world, all of the things that are going wrong, that is exactly what is going to be in my mind and what is going to come to fruition. And I am going to stay stuck. The reason I'm saying this about myself is it's the same for you. Do you keep on talking about all the things that are going wrong in your life instead of the hundreds of thousands of things that are going right? A lot of times we go on in a day and there's like 5 things that went wrong. Yeah. And there's like 50,000 things that went right. And you're only talking about those 5 things.
My goodness.
And bringing the energy down, bringing yourself down. Okay. So talk in terms of what is possible. Promote to yourself and promote to everybody else around you of what is possible and what you are going to do.
100%. And that for me, it was very interesting. Again, guys, we went to this bootcamp 7 times, right? And again, why do you go to the same event 7 times? Because the information might be the same, but you are not the same person. If you hear the same information twice and it didn't hit you differently, it means that there was no action in the first place. So this statement, I heard it so many times, it just hit us differently this time, right? Talk in terms of what is possible. Like, here's the thing, like in our company, as Alex mentioned here, we don't talk about what the small little things. Where are we going? Where are we headed? When we get a setback, we go ahead and write our goals. Because if you're going to keep talking about the challenges and the problems, and we couldn't do this, and oh my goodness, Hurricane Ian, we're not going to the 10X licensee certification. Oh no, we're going. Right? We are going. By the way, if you see what we had to do 3 days before, that's a story for another day. It was so much like we had to do some work before we go. Right? We had to do some work before we go. And I'm going to tell you guys, like that many people would normally quit. Oh my God, why? I'm not going to be worried about the certification. I go to Cardone's office in Miami. Why? My safety is number 1. I'm like, until they tell us don't go, we're going. Right? So imagine if we didn't go to 10x HQ, we would not be certified as 10x coaches now. We are, by the way. I'm very proud of this, achievement. I'm the first Emirati to be certified as a 10x coach. We wouldn't have actually gotten that had we thought about the limitations. So think about what is possible. Where are we headed? I mean, I want to help 8 million people. Sorry, 8 billion people know about purpose. So they drive a life based on purpose. They make money out of their purpose. That's where I'm headed. I'm not headed because I'm scared of something that might not happen. So when you are thinking in terms of what is possible, you don't look at the current problems, the little thingies that I have right now. Where are we going? Grant has this beautiful quote in the kitchen in 10x HQ. Have goals so massive, your problems pale in comparison. Have have goals so massive, so big that your problems is baby. It's very small compared to that big thing that you want to go ahead and achieve. Because if you make your problem so big, you don't have big goals. So that happens when you talk in terms of what is possible.
Yeah, and one more thing to add to this. I mean, for the last like 5 days, I've been lower energy, and I was even feeling sick in the mornings. But I'm like, I cannot use this as a small little excuse to not go after what I'm supposed to be doing. I have a purpose, which is a burning desire. I felt like I did not feel good. But I'm like, I can't let this get in the way. I just invested a lot of time, money, and energy into the 10x Bootcamp, getting certified as a 10x coach. Why should I give all of that up? Like, a lot of you do a lot of work, and what happens is you allow little things to stop you. And that's what we're talking about, talking in terms of what is possible, talking about where you are headed, not the current situation. Like, if you get stuck in the present moment, you allow yourself to start losing momentum, and that momentum is really hard to get. Do not allow yourself to lose that momentum. Okay? John Maxwell talks about the law of the big mo.
Yeah, let's go. Momentum is a leader's best friend. I'm gonna tell you, like, once you gain momentum, use it and drive of it. Get more of that. I love that.
Yes.
And thank you for pushing it through. I've seen, like, he was not feeling very well. Okay. I'll tell you, he didn't feel very well, huh? But here's what happened. Every single day at the boot camp, we are there, front. By the way, for you guys who go to the TEDx events, you know how hard it gets for you to sit in front, right? I would like, we stayed in the hotel. We didn't have to stay in the hotel, by the way. Our place is literally 30 minutes away from the Tambari, right? But we booked and we stayed because our intention, to go ahead and sit in the front. We didn't invest all that and invest that energy and time and everything else to sit at the back of the room. We got VIPs and we're like, okay, VIPs of the VIPs means we have to sit in front. And Alex would be, and I remember once the doors open, Alex is like a bullet.
That's right.
There is, by the way, we need to get the footage. There is some people, like the photographer, like, oh my God, like he's literally coming to them.
I almost ran over a photographer. Yes, that's correct.
So again, he could actually say, oh my gosh, like, I'm tired, Maryam, it's okay to sit on the 7th row. No, we're sitting front row, right? But no excuses. We cannot be little bees. Don't be a little beep. I cannot say, Grant Cardone would say the word. Maybe I should wear it. I don't know. But the idea, don't be a little coward. Oh my God, I'm sick. I cannot sit front row. Oh my goodness. When you have a dream so big, you will not allow this little thing to dictate your day. Okay.
100%.
Shall we go to the next one?
Yes.
I hope you guys are having fun because you're having so much fun sharing the content of the 10X.
Miriam's fired up. I'm fired up. I hope you're fired up too.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, if this is not your energy every day, I don't know, you're not living your fullest life. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
So that was number 2. Number 3, sorry, no, that was number 3. I'm sorry, we're getting to number 4 now of our main takeaway from the 10X Business Bootcamp. Fear is a bigger motivator than opportunity. Let me say it one more time. Fear is a bigger motivator than opportunity. Many of you like, oh my God, I have this opportunity to go ahead and work in London. Good, it's an opportunity. I'm gonna take my time in the interview process. Oh my goodness, it's okay. They want me to send my CV whenever they want. This is, you are motivated by an opportunity. But when you are motivated by fear, I'm sure there's some 100 people are looking at that same opportunity as me. I better be the fastest. I'm helping a lady right now getting a job. She's like, oh my God, Mariam, they tell me to send me this and they didn't give me a deadline. I'm like, why do you have to wait for a deadline? Go ahead and do it. What if there's someone else who is looking for that opportunities as we speak? So fear is a bigger motivator than opportunity. I'm going to tell you what I'm scared of. What Maryam Al-Ali fear is. I'm not scared of people talking about me or whatever, يحشون فيني, or I'm not scared of these little things. I'm scared of someone showing up in my life today and I'm unable to help them with their purpose. I'm scared because it is my responsibility for anyone who comes into my space, be it virtual or be it live in person, for me to go ahead and help them connect with their authentic self, for them to serve their bigger purpose, right? That's what I do. That's what makes me scared. I'm scared of that. I'm scared of not being successful. That's scary to me. That's why you see me like working every day, going, showing up, doing things, sacrificing, trading off, the law of trade-off by John Maxwell. You have to give up something of a value to get something of a higher value. Something has to go. Something has to go. If you are, for example, I have a cup of water here and a cup of coffee here. Okay? There is, let's say, there is another, let's say, warm cup of coffee over there. But I'm not willing to trade off. I'm not willing to give up this one to get the fresh cup of coffee there. Because my hands are full, which is value. I have water, I still have this, but there's a bigger thing over there. There's something bigger over there. So if it doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. That's what the 10x rule is all about, right? If your goals doesn't scare you, if you know how to reach your goals, they're not big enough. They're cute. Put in a pinky box, wrapped in a pinky ribbon. And when your goals are cute, you don't want to reach them. Oh my God, I want to lose 1 kilo a month. That's 2 pounds a month. Oh, that's very cute. But then again, if you have a bigger motivator, oh my goodness, I have a shooting. It's going to be a huge thing I need to do. I need to look good. I need to be in the best shape of my life. How do I lose 10 kilos, 20 pounds a month? Now that's a challenge because you don't know how. If you know the how of the goal, if it doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. That's why you're not motivated. I'm telling you, when I'm scared, I work. When I'm like chilled, I don't work. And as a result, I don't produce.
Yeah, and 100%, like it's channeling that fear into the right thing. If you keep being afraid of going and getting that job or moving to the right place or going after that opportunity, like you're going to stop yourself from your true potential. I know for a very long time, I let fear control me, okay? And what I started doing is allowing fear to be me as the controller, like channeling my fear into the right locations. Because either way, you're going to have fear in your life, I'm telling you. And what I would rather be afraid of is not reaching my full potential instead of what shoes I'm going to wear today. Right? Like these little things, or like afraid of someone seeing like a spot on my shirt, whatever, right? Like whatever small thing most people are stuck in, or afraid of losing my money in the stock market. Why don't you create a business that exceeds the stock market, right? Why don't you do something bigger than all of these little problems that people are worried about? It's because you're not thinking big enough. Right? You're thinking in terms of the paycheck to paycheck. You're thinking in terms of making rent. If you keep on thinking about making rent, that's all you're going to get, right? Because that's where you're putting all of your attention. You're not putting your attention on the big picture of things. You keep on being stuck in the same day-to-day thing as yesterday, right? And a lot of you allow fear to stop you from doing what you're supposed to be doing. I see so many people find their purpose with Maryam, like hundreds of people, thousands of people find their definite purpose with Maryam, And what a lot of people will do is nothing afterwards. You want to know why? It's not because there's not opportunity. Oh my gosh, there's opportunity everywhere right now, especially right now. Right now, there's opportunity everywhere. It's because of fear. It's because they're afraid of failing, most likely. They're afraid of failing at the next thing because they've been doing something for 10 years their whole life, miserable, unfulfilled, not even wanting to be there, hating Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays. They kind of like Thursday, and they like Friday because that's the end of the week.
Right.
And they really love Saturday and Sunday. It's two out of the 7 days they love. But 5 out of the 7 days, they're miserable. Right? That's how most people on this planet are living because they are stuck. And that's why Miriam and myself, we really love to help people because we know what it's like to be stuck. We know what it's like to be in that rat race, if you want to call it that, being in the wrong path, the wrong vehicle. We know what that's like. It sucks, right? But there is a way out of it. We are living proof. We are living, breathing proof of someone that has allowed ourselves to remove that fear and go and live our purpose anyways, even though that there was fear there, right? And now there's new fears, by the way. There's always going to be fear. I'm telling you, if people tell you that you're going to get rid of fear, that's BS. I'm sorry, but it's just not true. What you have to do is develop a certain attitude about fear. If you have that fear, say, I am going to go ahead and do it anyways. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to get enough sleep tonight. I need to get this paper done or whatever done anyways. I need to go call these clients anyways. I need to get this, the accounting done anyways, right? I need to go do this interview anyways. Like you have to, it's an attitude that you develop because again, you're always going to have fear, but it's how you handle the fear that determines how successful you become.
Wow. I'm going to tell you guys, this is gold. You should just write down what are you scared of? What are your fears? You know, just write it down. What are you worried of losing? If you don't do something, what's gonna be that? You know, again, if you are living a chilled, relaxed life, maybe you don't have that, but one day it's gonna break. I'm gonna tell you, when we are too comfortable, something is gonna break. And Brandon Dawson mentioned it during the boot camp. It's whether gonna be financial, professional, or personal. When something is gonna break, is because you're gonna get so comfortable, you're not gonna see it coming. Like breakthroughs, you know, breakthroughs comes without you knowing, just happen. And again, the cost of comfort comes to you without you knowing too. It's gonna come and hit you. So you might as well be better prepared for that and keep seeking opportunities and keep being motivated by the thing that needs to be motivated by. And if you're not motivated, one day say, what am I scared of? What am I scared of losing?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and to Miriam's point, breakthroughs do not happen when you're just sitting on the couch. They happen on the other side of fear.
Let's go.
One of Miriam's really big breakthroughs happened in Cabo with Grant Cardone himself.
On the yacht.
Right, on the yacht. And she had to invest $25,000, you know, not knowing exactly to a T, it's going to be a 53.5% return on my money, ROI, and it's going to be like this, and then it's going to be like this. This is what's going to happen. So yes, that sounds like a good deal. When you do something like that, there is a little bit of fear with it.
Yeah.
But you do it anyway because you know that on the other side of those really big fears is going to be something so blissful, so amazing. And she ended up having a breakthrough with Grant Cardone, developed a relationship with a billionaire, not to mention, and is now known by him. Like he knows exactly who she is every single time that Grant sees him. Right? Like, and there's a reason for that. And for my personal story, I had to do the same thing. I was on a webinar with Grant Cardone and Jared, the president of Cardone Enterprises, and they were showing that money is a complete myth. It's completely made up. And Grant's like, here, let me make something up right now. Who in the room would like to invest $10,000 for 10 minutes of my time? And I did another one after that, by the way. $10,000 for 10 minutes of my time. I'm like, yep. Immediately, I just said yes, with a lot of fear and a lot of heart racing going on, like a lot of things going on, right? But those 10 minutes were like 10 years of experience. I'm telling you, those 10 minutes with Grant completely changed my life, and that is exactly when I had a breakthrough. But in the middle of all of that, my heart was racing. I'm like, what the heck did I just do? I just invested $10,000 for 10 minutes. I'm like, what did I just do? And it has been the best investment I have ever made when it comes in terms of investing with money. Yeah. Because in those 10 minutes, I learned what it was like to actually be present. and living life every single day as if you are present.
Mm.
Okay? And it wasn't by what he said, it was by his example of how present Grant Cardone was, right? And I also, out of all of this, got a relationship with Grant and Jared, the president of Cardone Enterprises. That is the moment that Jared Grant knew my name up until today.
That's insane. Like again, listen to the story. Like he executed. He executed.
I didn't have an excuse.
Yeah, you didn't have an excuse. You executed without an excuse, right?
Yeah.
Having fears, like 10,000 for like 10 minutes is a lot of money, right? But again, he didn't see it like that, you know. And then again, when you invest that much money, it's scary. I'm not gonna tell you it's oh no, take 25K, no, or take it. No, it's money. You work hard for that money, right?
Yeah.
But then again, when you know there is something bigger on the other side of it, you'll do it.
Right.
You know. But again, as you said, we didn't know like it's 53% ROI or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of you just get stuck in the mechanics. What's the ROI of this?
Yeah.
You can never have a bad investment in yourself.
No.
Ever. Even if it's a terrible conference, by the way. I've been to terrible conferences. Like terrible conferences.
Same.
And I still am like, it was still worth going to that and meeting the people I needed to meet and figuring out at least a couple things from that conference. I'm going to learn from it one way or another. Anyways. The fifth and final thing is if you do not back up your commitment with time and money, you are just dreaming. Let me say that. Should I say that one more time?
Go for it. Say it louder.
If you do not back up your commitments, with time and money, it is just a dream. And it will continue to just be a dream. It will never become reality. Okay? Because you are not actually committed. Right? You say you are committed, but what are your actions? How much time and energy and money do you put into your dreams? Like you have to be planting so many seeds. You have to be planting so many trees that you are going to build something bigger than, what's the biggest forest? The Amazon? Anyways, the biggest forest on the planet. You have to build something, you have to plant so many seeds that even if half the seeds die, you build something bigger than the biggest forest on the planet. Like you just have to be planting so many seeds right now. Put yourself in play. Put yourself into these conferences. Put yourself into our accountability group. Find your purpose. Get more confident when you're speaking in front of other people. Allow yourself to do something so massive and plant so many seeds that it's almost impossible to fail after that point.
Wow.
Right? Like you have to back it up. Oh yeah, I'm committed. I've done like one course. I went to the 10X Growth Conference.
In 2018.
Yeah, in 2018, exactly. Okay, good. Awesome. Congratulations. What else?
Yeah.
Right? I love that. Now, what else have you done? Because I don't think anybody great did one thing.
100%.
And then they were successful.
100%.
I'm sorry, but there's no such thing as get rich quick. There's a get rich for sure, but there's no such thing as get rich quick. All of you Bitcoin people and investments and that are getting destroyed right now, you should take responsibility and say, I should have saw that coming. Because you were just trying to get rich quick. You weren't actually, there is strategies, by the way, to make lots of money in those markets, but you're just trying to get rich quick. You're trying to cheat. And I found that every single time that I cheated, I have lost millions of dollars because I adopted the mentality that I got away with stealing a quarter from my mom or something like that when I was 5 years old, right? Like doing something like that, I got away with it. So I thought it was okay to try to cut corners in business and in life, but it is not okay. And you are going to get slammed because you're not actually committed. That's what happens. That's what it comes down to. So what do your actions say? How much time, how much energy, and how much money have you put in to making sure that your dreams bloom into a massive forest?
Let's go. I'm gonna tell you guys, if you're wondering, oh my gosh, why am I not getting results? You're not fully committed. Yeah. I'm gonna be sharing a quote from Sell or Be Sold today that it was shared by our amazing sales mentor, Todd Straw. He literally knew the page, he knew exactly where to read it. So I'm gonna read it to you in a second. But going back to your point, if you're gonna keep saying, oh my gosh, I'm committed. Okay, good. How much money did you put? How much time did you put? Because in marriage is not only having a $20,000 party and you say, oh my gosh, I have invested in my marriage. How did you invest time in your marriage? Or someone who's like, oh my gosh, I'm investing time in the marriage. Okay, good. Did you back it up with money? Did you do something? Did you buy a house? Did you create something for your family? Did you put your kids on the best school? That's investment, right? And if you don't see any results in your life right now, you're not fully committed. You go to the gym, you're not losing weight. Okay, it's a commitment. Did you back it up? Mariam, I bought membership for a year. Okay, good. How much was it? 1,500. Okay, good. How many times do you go? I don't. I go twice a month. So you're not backing up that money with time and energy. That you're not committed.
I have a feeling if someone did $15,000 a year, they'd probably be a little bit more committed to the gym.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe a little bit more. I bet the stats would
I'm
increase.
talking about my experience in membership.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I paid so much for a gym. Maybe I don't know. But
maybe.
I'm telling you, when I would commit for a personal trainer, I would show up because that's even more. Right. You know, that's even more. So I would like to read the quote from Sell or Be Sold. That's for you, Thoughtstra. We're listening, right? So he said, that's from Grant. When I commit myself to any line of action, I get immediate results. When I'm not committed all the way, I find that results are delayed or non-existent. Let me read it one more time. Wow. Whenever I commit myself to any line of action, I get immediate results. When I'm not committed all the way, I find that results are delayed or non-existent. So if you have a problem in life, business, marriage, you're not fully committed, because if you are fully committed, you're going to get immediate results, right? And if you are not fully committed, the results will be delayed. It's going to come later, maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, or non-existent, doesn't exist. And I'm going to tell you guys, for those who think that they will have time to commit, when are they going to commit? We are toward the end of this year. This year is over, almost over. You know, what did you do in the past 9 months of this year? Did you come up with excuses or you got results? Because I'm going to tell you, everybody has problems. Everybody has challenges. Everybody has obstacles. Everybody has some kind of a problem. Everybody has that, but there are some people who hit their targets, and there's some people who are dodging their targets because they're not fully committed. So how committed are you? That's why I'm so proud of the people who I helped them find their purpose earlier this year. I helped people find their purpose in January, joined our accountability group, and then we see their successes. You know, some of them have 10% success, some of them have 70% success. Again, it depends on how much commitment there is, because Alex and I, we are here as a resource. If someone is fully committed, we see them, they show up every single Sunday, right? That's fully committed. Yes, they put the money, but did they put the time, right? So here's the thing, guys, like when it comes to you, like committing to something and you're not getting results, know that you are not committed all the way. Wow. That's for me, like, although I have we talk about commitments, we could talk about energy and everything, but that statement in Sell or Be Sold, although I heard it before, this has hit me differently this time, because I'm not the same person a month ago or a year ago. If you are the same person a month ago, or even like last week, you didn't add something new to yourself, you're literally wasting your life. And one day you'll be like, where did the time go?
Yeah, you should literally be doing things like this, like Mariam and I do, and not let that happen to you, and invest in yourself every day, right? You should at least be training every single day on something, right? Like you need to be improving, because if you're not improving, your life is going to look exactly the same, and it's going to become very frustrating. Right. Like Mariam said, Mariam and I, we improve on ourselves every single day, because we make it a non-negotiable. Like there is no negotiation to it. Oh, the day's almost over. Too bad. Let's get this in, right? Like I'm going to sacrifice a little bit of sleep to make sure that I get this in, right? I will, because the reason is if I miss out on a few days, I let myself go a little bit, and I think that success is just something that I can cheat a little bit. Like I said earlier, it's not going to happen, right? You have to be so obsessed and committed towards your goals that all of these things become a non-negotiable, like the main things, like they have to be non-negotiables for you. Like you can't negotiate it at the end of the day. Like, maybe I should actually get 7.5 hours of sleep instead of 6.5, or instead of 6. And yeah, I mean, the kids are up right now. Let me just go take care of the kids. And then how about, teach the kids at the same time, maybe.
100%. That's why we tell people, like, even when they come to our free events or something, or sessions or paid, whatever, bring your children with you. When we did the speaking event, I told the lady, bring your 3 kids with you. Come sit with them. I will not charge you. I don't know. It's virtual, right? Doesn't matter. But by the end of the day, it's a commitment game.
Yeah.
It's a commitment game. One thing that I didn't share, but it's in the notes, because I'm telling you, we shared 5 out of hundreds. One of the things that I loved from Brandon, he said, like, business is a confidence game. And confidence comes from commitment. If you're not committed toward the goals that you want to achieve this year and the years beyond this year, or even your daily or weekly goals, if you're not committed, you don't have confidence. When just the fact to try this, if you don't go to the gym and you wanted to go to the gym, go for 7 days a week. You didn't do it, for example, for a while now. Go every single day and tell me what happens to your confidence. Because you have committed that time. You committed, you know what? I'll go 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes ago, I'll go for that walk for 30 minutes a day. Okay, good. Do it for a week. Tell me what happens to your self-confidence. It's going to be boosted because now your confidence is going up because you have committed to it. It's a commitment game. You have not reached something in your life. You didn't get something financially, personally, professionally. You're not fully committed. You didn't get that promotion. You're not fully committed. You didn't start that business. You're not fully committed. You're not in the best shape of your life. You're not fully committed. Your marriage is suffering. You're not committed. It's everything is a commitment is the first level of action, I would say.
Yeah. It starts with a commitment.
Everything starts with a commitment.
Number one. Yeah. And like Miriam said it earlier, it comes from time, money, and energy. How much time, money, and energy are you putting towards something? Right. Okay. So thank you everybody for joining. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And we go live every single Tuesday at noon Eastern, 8 p.m. UAE time on Clear and Conquer Live, bringing you information that is immediately going to change your life. Hey, as long as you get committed to it and go and execute on it, right? So everything that you learned today, go execute on it immediately. Go get committed. Go and do those things that you are fearful of and go all in on your dreams and your goals. And be sure to do one more thing, which is be great.
Be great, guys. Nothing else pays. Let's go. 10x.
Let's go, everybody. See you later, everybody.
Bye.